I've spent so much of my life trying to do what I thought I was supposed to do. Be practical, keep the peace, make the responsible choice. But lately, I've been asking myself different questions. What if freedom isn't just about money? What if it's about finally giving myself permission to tell the truth, to create, to write, to make films, to tell stories that remind women they are allowed to become someone new? I don't want to create content just to get views. I want to create work that makes someone pause and think, maybe I can write a different ending too. Because I believe every woman has a story that's still unfolding. A chapter she hasn't written yet. A dream she's talked herself out of. A version of herself she's been afraid to meet. Maybe my purpose isn't to tell women what their story should be. Maybe it's to remind them that the pen has been in their hands all along. And maybe that's what freedom really is. Here's to your story, and here's to mine. May we never stop telling them. When I was in kindergarten and we went around the room and the teacher asked what we wanted to be when we grew up, everyone was saying veterinarian, doctor, lawyer, and even at 6, I kind of called BS. I said I wanted to be a taxi cab driver in New York City, and my teacher got mad at me. At the time, I thought I wanted to meet the most people I possibly could. I wanted to hear people's stories. I remember one time I was in our minivan, sitting in the front seat, staring at the window, crying, and my dad was asking me why I was crying. There was a woman in a minivan, and I said, I'm never gonna know her. This is the only time in our entire lives I'm going to see her. I wonder who she is. My first major in college was interior design. My second was theater. My third was English. And then I switched to nursing because it was really practical. And then I bucked the current a little bit and became a social worker. I picked something really practical because, well, I don't think anyone really expected me to make much of myself. And I definitely didn't either. I was a shy kid, introverted, had a lot of trauma. I became a trauma therapist, right? Because it was the role I was used to doing. I'm making this video today because just the small shift in my schedule, having surgery, having to slow down, going to California, coming home, not playing volleyball, not doing my regular routine, has had me questioning, what's my purpose? What do I really want? Who am I really? And sometimes when I think back to that kindergartner wanting to be the taxi cab driver in New York City, number 1, driving a car, number 2, New York City. I grew up reading Condé Nast, Cosmopolitan, Teen Magazine. I was in love with interior design, home and garden, country living, all of it. I loved being immersed in the world. As a mother, single mother who got divorced, I learned a lot of lessons over the years. And something I have now is perspective. I may not have a lot of experience with writing or filmmaking or storytelling, and I hope to get better every day. But this is where I feel passion. Women, people, having freedom in their life. I make content about retiring early and minimalism, sometimes frugality. And I do it because I lacked a lot of freedom, not just at home in my town I grew up in, but really I lacked a lot of freedom within myself. I've always been afraid to make content for fear of losing the people I love. But I think somewhere along the way, especially through divorce, I think I figured out that losing myself and my own freedom and my own direction and my own creative, artistic freedom wasn't worth the price of those relationships. I do believe that there's a lot out there for me to see still. And my kids are little, and we're in that chapter of life. And I know there's a lot for me to explore right where I am. But when I do get the chance, I want to soak up the world, and I want to bring you with me. If you're new to minimalism, if you're new to the idea of retiring early, abundance, freedom, welcome. I guess in some ways I'm new to them too. You know, I started posting videos on TikTok during my divorce, and I actually built up a pretty good following of women and men who identified with the awakening I was having. I wouldn't call it a midlife crisis. I would call it coming home to myself, standing up for myself, standing up for others, letting other people know that it's possible. So I've been in deep creative mode today, thinking about what I really want to do, what I really want to create. But for now, I'll be here with you. So please join me, and thank you for being here. From one storyteller to another, I would love to hear yours. Thank you.